have known what exactly is happening in pediatric dentistry. One of the most commonest procedure what we do in pediatric dentistry is pulpectomy, as you all know. So this is Dr. Ganesh. Thank you, Gayatri, for the wonderful introduction. Let me start with first thing, because I want you all to understand first what is pulpectomy. Okay, you see the radiographic picture on your left hand side top corner. Okay, that is a tooth where there is a decay which is involved the enamel, dentin and pulp, and there is something in the furcal region, there is some radiolucency. So what we, after we took the entire case history, we diagnosed it with something called a chronic pulpitis or whatever, irreversible pulpitis. So what is the treatment we are planning to do is to do a pulpectomy procedure. So what is pulpectomy procedure? That is the first thing we should know. So pulpectomy, simple words, is a complete removal of necrotic or infected tissue and restoring it with the biocompatible material. You see this particular radiograph on your right corner. There is something which is done for that particular tooth, and it is restored with a radio opaque material, which you see it is ending till the root apex. So we have cleaned the infected material which is there inside the root, and then we have obturated with the biocompatible material. So we have to be very clear, remove the infected tissue which is there inside the pulpal tissue and restore it with any material which will help the tooth to be there for a longer period of time. So what we are doing is we are preserving the tooth and avoiding extraction of that particular tooth. Understood? So that is the first concept which I wanted to tell you all. So to this particular stage, we do pulpectomy and we give a crown. What all steps are involved? I will give you a keyword. You can note it down or you can have it in your mind. It's called ACCOC. Now, what does this ACCOC stands for? A stands for access opening. C stands for canal location. The next C stands for cleaning and shaping. O stands for obturation. And next, the final thing is the crown. So you will remember this ACCOC. You ask me, if somebody is asking you what are the steps which is involved in pulpectomy, you can tell them that it is access opening, canal location, cleaning and shaping, obturation, and crown. So the entire step is explained in this particular thing. So what is access opening? After you see this particular tooth which is involved with pulpal caries, which is involved the entire pulpal region and the furcacial region, you do an access opening of that particular tooth so that you locate the canals very easy. So once you locate the canal, you clean and shape that particular canals, or what I have already told you previously, remove the infected material. So you remove the infected material and then obturate it with the biocompatible material, that is your radiopaque material. So to preserve this particular tooth for further reinfection, you give something called a crown. So that will make that particular tooth to be stable in the arch. So these are the steps which you will have to do it in the pulpectomy procedure. Now, understand, I'm going to introduce one more terminology. In pediatric dentistry, cleaning and shaping is one of the most difficult steps because we have a lot of accessory canals and we have thin roots. You see that radiograph, it's very thin. So we clean this particular root with a instrument, with any instrument. I'll tell you what all instruments are involved in doing this pulpectomy procedure. See, that is the cleaning and shaping is the most important procedure. But in pediatric dentistry, we call this cleaning and shaping as chemomechanical preparation. I repeat, in pediatric dentistry, we call this cleaning and shaping as chemomechanical removal. What do I mean by chemomechanical removal is, more than my instrumentation, my irrigant or chemical means, my irrigant plays a very important role in cleaning and shaping of primary tooth. Okay, remember this particular thing. So when you use, you will definitely have to use instruments and you will have to clean the canal, but simultaneously you will have to use this particular chemicals, irrigants like your saline, sodium hypochlorite, chlorhexidine to clean the canals properly. Remember this particular point. Okay, now to clean this particular canals, what is used? That is the big question. Everybody would have seen this particular picture. This is a K file or a hand file which is used to remove the debris which is inside the canal. So now what is the sequence which is there in this particular thing? You have a box In that particular box, if you open and see, there is white color, there is yellow color, there is red color, blue color, green and black. In that particular box, it corresponds to this size. White color stands for 15, yellow color stands for 20, red color stands for 25, blue color stands for 30, the green color stands for 35, and the final black color stands for 40. So these are the sequence which is there. So traditionally, or before 2000, we all were using this particular instrument to clean and check. None of the people were using rotary files to clean. I'll tell you what are the rotary files. So these hand files were used to clean the canals in the pulpal tissue. If you go back and read all the literature, you type hand files for pulpectomy in Google, you will see n number of articles which is popping out, which will tell you all these particular files. Okay, the hand files are more than sufficient to do pulpectomy procedure in primary teeth. Sir, there was one good introduction which is given by Dr. Gayatri, that you are the inventor of rotary files. You invented so much for the primary teeth. Now you are saying that this hand files is more than enough to do pulpectomy. I agree. To give a good quality of observation, our hand files is more than enough. So that's what the literature will also conclude, because I cannot go back and change the literature saying that hand files will definitely give you or provide a good quality of observation. But what is the important factor of all these rotary files or advanced technology which is there in which is being launched is this particular factor. Your time plays very important role when you do a pulpectomy procedure, because you will not know at what stage the child will become uncooperative. That is number one. And remember, you will have to use 15. There are 3 canals. For example, you're doing pulpectomy in 8-5. There are 3 canals. You will have to use 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 in one particular canal. Follow the same sequence in mesiobuccal, mesiolingual, and distal. So 3 canals you will have to instrument 15 times. So remember the time which is taken. You will have to irrigate the canal. You will have to dry the canal. You will have to do access opening and then obturate. But when it comes to rotary, absolutely you will have very less time to prepare this particular canal, because there are 1 or 2 rotary files which will help to prepare the infected root. So what are rotary nickel titanium instrumentation? Remember, I'm introducing a new terminology called rotary nickel titanium instrumentation. Of course, I'll show you the pictures of the rotary files. What it helps is it will prepare the infected root faster. Thereby your chair side is reduced. Number 1 point. Remember, you have an instrument which can finish your entire 15, 20 to 45 sequence in only one file, which is motor driven. So what happens? You will finish the biomechanical preparation, the chemomechanical preparation in just 1 minute. So it is faster and reduced chair side. Of course, yes. And remember, you finish the pulpectomy procedure in much shorter time for your patient. So your patient as well as professional fatigue, what you go through is also reduced. These two are the important point with rotary instrumentation. So now what happens is, you know what is stainless steel and nickel titanium? Nickel titanium is the files. Remember, just concentrate on this particular point. Your K files are made up of stainless steel. There are K files which are made up of nickel titanium also, but commonly what you use is the stainless steel files. So what is the stainless steel file? The files are made up of stainless steel. What is nickel titanium files? The files are made up of nickel titanium. What are the basic difference of these two? When you bend that particular file, or for your K file, it will stay in this particular, it is very rich. It will not come back to its original position, or it is very rich. But this nickel titanium files, when you bend the files, it will come back to its original position. So that property is called nickel titanium properties. So now with this particular canals are, all the canals are curved in the primary tooth. Now what happens is, the moment you use this nickel titanium files, it will take the curvature of the canals. So it is easy for the file to clean properly and come out if it is a nickel titanium files. So what happens because of this particular property? There is uniform clearing of that particular root canal space, uniform debridement, and better shape you will have. So what happens if you have a better shape? The irrigant which is flowing inside the canal, or the chemicals which you use to clean the canals, will obviously flow inside the canals till the apex and come out. So all your debris is out easily. So once your debris is out and you have significant amount of enlargement, you will ultimately end up in a consistent obturation. So you will have an excellent good obturation. You saw the radiograph which I showed you in the second slide, right? So you will get a good quality of obturation. So these are the things which you will have with this particular rotary nickel titanium files. So okay, now you are not aware about what is nickel titanium files. You are just searching about nickel titanium rotary files. There are more than 150 systems which is available for rotary files which are available. But all these 150 systems were first developed only for permanent teeth. There was no rotary file which was developed or designed for primary teeth at all. So we did a search of how to design a rotary file for primary teeth. So to understand how to design a rotary file for primary teeth, you will have to concentrate on this particular point called taper. Now, what is the taper of the file? Now people or your endodontist, the endo staff can take a 2% K file and ask you what is the taper of this file. You will tell 2% taper. What do you mean by 2% taper? Every of the file increases by 2%, 0.02. That is the K file which is there. Or you will have rotary files which has 4% taper, which means every of the file will increase by 0.04. For example, say you have white color K file, the tip diameter is 0.15, which is D0. D1 is add 2, which is 0.17. So every of the file will increase by 2%, or 0.202 in 2% taper, or 0.04 in 4% taper. You will have 6% taper, you have 8% taper, you have 10% taper. Now that is one constant taper files, that's which you already understood. Next is progressive taper files, that is your pro taper files. One particular segment of the file will have different taper or constant taper. Later there will be slight increase in the tapers, which means it is not a constant taper. One segment has constant taper, rest segment have different taper. That is your progressive taper files. Now you have one more taper which is called VV taper file. What do I mean by VV taper file is every of the file, for example D0, D1, D2, D3, every of the file will have different taper. Understand this particular point, because this particular point is used in kiddo files or the rotary files which are invented for primary teeth. So the rotary file which was invented for primary teeth has something called VV taper. What do I mean by VV taper is variable taper. Every of the file will have different taper. Next, you see this particular picture. Till 2000, nobody used rotary file for primary teeth. In 2000, there was one particular author who used adult rotary file for primary teeth, and she suggested saying that yes, rotary files can be used for primary teeth. She just suggested saying that yes, it can be used, because she used the adult rotary file. She didn't know what is the limitation of that adult rotary files, but she used and told or gave an information saying that rotary files can be used for primary teeth. Now, what are the problems which are existing with the adult rotary files? You know, all your permanent teeth are conical in shape, whereas your primary teeth are ribbon shaped. So to prepare this ribbon shaped file, you need a special design. That is number one. Number two is your root dentin in primary teeth is very less. It's very thin. So what happens? The adult file has a more taper, 6%, 8% taper. So when you use that particular taper, there were excess amount of root dentin which is removed. Now what happens if the root dentins are removed more? Automatically your rate of resorption of that particular tooth is more. So it will eventually fall off much higher than it is normal exfoliation time. So to avoid that particular thing, we need a thin taper files. So adult rotary files cannot be used in this particular thing. Now one more thing is the strip perforation. What do I mean by strip perforation is it removes more amount of root dentin. Your obturating material will flow in the furcation region. If there is a PG student here, they would have done pulpectomy and they take an X-ray and show you there will be some amount of material which is covering the permanent tooth bud which is below, which means you over prepared the canal or the instrument is removed too much of radicular dentin. So what happens is it will lead to strip perforation. So these are the problems which is there with the existing rotary files, which is designed for the adult. So what are the requirements of an adult rotary file or for a primary tooth rotary file? So now you know the file should be very short or very small file because your primary teeth is very small. Number one. Number two, you have something called a shank in this particular file, or the cutting edge from the tip of the file till the handle, which we'll call as a shank region. That should be anywhere between 11 mm, which will be very small and short. Adequate files. What do I mean by adequate files? If you take the files, you see the flutes, no, or the cutting edge. That is called, let's say, cutting edge or the flutes. So that should be anywhere between 12 to 13 mm. Tip diameter, your apical tip diameter should be minimum 0.25. Why do I say it is minimum 0.25 is, only when you prepare your file till minimum 0.25, your irrigant or your chemicals will reach the apex of the tooth properly. So your rotary file, what you should use, minimum you should have 0.25 mm tip. So it should extirpate the pulpal tissue completely. It should not push the material beyond the apex. Preferably, you should need a single file system. You know, if there is only one file to prepare, you are very happy because you can use only one file and prepare. Avoid excess cutting of radicular dentin, which I've already mentioned. So obviously, it should be cost effective so that you can buy and use that particular product. So these are the requirements of a rotary file for primary teeth. With all this idea, we designed a rotary file and we launched the first or the world's first rotary file for primary teeth in 2016, which we call it as Kido S. In 2017, we improved the Kido S and we brought the next generation, which is Kido SG. In 2018, we improved the properties of Kido SG and S, and we launched something called a Kido SG Blue. In 2019, we overcome all the disadvantage of Kido S, SG and SG Blue and launched the fourth generation file, which is Kido S Square. So there are four generations. Kido S was the first generation, Kido SG was the second generation, Kido SG Blue is the third generation, and fourth generation is Kido S Square. So you understand this particular point. Now what is there in this Kido S? Look at the slide carefully so that you can understand. See, the files are silver in color. I have put an arrow mark, right? Look at the files, because with these files only you can differentiate the different generation. So there are three files, D1, E1, U1. If you see the D1 file, it is red color coded, which means the tip diameter is 0.25. If you see the blue color file, it is 0.30, which means the tip of the file is 0.30. If you see the black color file, which is U1, you have 0.40, which means the tip of the diameter is 0.40. You understood? Okay. Now the total length of the file, you see this particular thing, the total length of the file is 16 mm. The flutes or the cutting edge is 12 mm, which means the file will have a cutting edge of 12 mm. And if you see, the every mm has a variable taper. If you see the below details which I have given, D1 has 4 to 8% taper, E1 has 4 to 8% taper, U1 has 6 to 8% taper. What do I mean by this taper is, every mm there is a change in taper between 4 to 8 mm, which means D1 will have 4%, D2 will have 6%, your D3 can again have 4%, which means it is designed for primary teeth in such that every mm will have a different taper. Understood? That is the first generation Kido S. Now you see D1 is there, E1 is there, and U1. D1 corresponds to the red color file, E1 corresponds to the blue color file, and U1 corresponds to the black color file. When you see the second generation, which is Kido SG, you see this picture of the file, it is brown in color. Now what I have done is, it is the same nickel titanium, but I have done heat treatment to that particular file. So what happens when you heat treat the nickel titanium file is, the fracture of the file is very less. Apart from that, all the same. You have D1, E1 and U1, you have 0.25 tip diameter, you have 0.30 and 0.40. So, but the property is, when you heat treat this particular file, it becomes brown in color. So now, there is red color file, there is blue color file and the black color file. Now, this red color file is used for narrower canals in primary teeth. How will you decide narrower canals in primary teeth? You do an access opening, you take 15 size K file, put it inside the mesiobuccal canal. If your mesiobuccal canal has a snug fit or a tight fit with this 15 size K file, which means the canal is narrower. If you use this 15 size file inside the mesolingual or mesiobuccal or distal canal, and the canal or the files are loose, which means the canals are wider. So for a narrower canal, you will use 0.25 tip D1. For the wider canals, you use E1, which is 0.30. Simple. For your anterior tooth, all your anterior tooth, you will use the black color file. So narrower canals, you will use the red color file. For the wider canals, you will use blue color file. For the anteriors, you will use black color file. Simple. That is the second generation. Third generation, if you look into the files properly, you have the files blue in color. That's why it is called Kido SD blue, which means the file is heat treated, but it is titanium oxide coated. So what happens with this titanium oxide coated is the file will not fracture at all, or it will not break inside the canal. So that is the advantage of Kido SD blue. So you see first generation, second generation, and third generation. First generation is the plain nickel titanium file. Second generation is heat treated nickel titanium file. Third generation is heat treated titanium oxide coated file. Now the only difference is the metallurgy. So how many tooth or molars you can use this particular file is your first generation Kido S, you can use it for 4 molars or 4 incisors. Your second generation Kido SD can be used for 8 molars or 8 incisors. Whereas your third generation Kido SG blue, you can use it for 12 molars or 12 incisors. That is the manufacturer's recommendation. I repeat, your first generation can be used for 4 molars or 4 incisors. Second generation Kido SG is used for 8 molars or 8 incisors. And the third generation Kido SG blue can be used for 12 molars or 12 incisors. So that is about the first, second, and third generation. This is the fourth generation file. You see in the third generation file, there are only 2 files. There are 3 files. Whereas in your fourth generation, there are only 2 files, which is P1 and A1. P1 files are used for posterior teeth. A1 files are used for anterior teeth. Simple. Okay. This is again a nickel titanium file, heat treated. You see the total length of the file is 16 mm. It has 12 mm flutes, whereas the tip diameter is 0.28. And your A1 file, which is used for anterior, is 13 mm, and the total working length is 17 mm. You see the tip diameter, which is 0.38. So that is it. Since it is 0.38 only, there is 2 color band, because red color is 0.25, blue color is 0.30. So in between, it is 0.28 is the tip diameter. That's why 2 color bands are there in that particular rotary file. And this particular A1 file, there are green band as well as black band, which is green is 35, black is 40. In between, the tip diameter we have placed, which is 0.38 mm. So the tip diameter is 0.28, 0.38. It has 16 mm, 12 mm flutes, and 13 mm for the anterior, and 17 mm with the total working length. So now what is the special design of this particular file is, you see there are 2 cross section in this particular file. A single file which has 2 cross section. Epically, it is triangular in cross section, and coronally, it has a teardrop present. So this is the only file you will use it for your primary molars. For example, you are using a pulpectomy in primary teeth. You take a 15 size file, you put it inside the canal mesiobuccal or mesolingual, and use only this P1 posterior file and prepare the canal. Your pulpectomy is completed. You can finish your pulpectomy in 1 minute. All canals 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, done. Maximum of 1.5 minutes, you can finish your entire pulpectomy procedure. For posterior, it is 1 file. For anterior, it is 1 file. That's all. Your pulpectomy is done. So this is about your 4th generation file, which is Kido S square. So again, you see this particular file. It is made up of nickel titanium, titanium oxide coated, and it can be used for 12 molars or 12 incisors. That is an advantage of this particular rotary file. See, these are the pictures which we have used for the rotary files, and we have prepared the canals. The first picture we used SG. We did access opening 15 size file, followed by the red color file for narrower canal and blue color file for the wider canals. And in the you see the lower picture, all is done by Kido SG Blue. Look at the obturation, how it is. You remove all the material and then remove all the infected material, and then you obturate it with the biocompatible materials. That is the one advantage of this particular rotary file. So these are the advantage of rotary files. Any doubts you have, we will have the clearance now. You can tell me, you can ask any questions regarding the pulpectomy procedure. Feel free, you have some more time you have another 15 to 20 minutes to discuss. I want everybody to discuss and understand what exactly is happening in this pulpectomy procedure. Please ask questions so that I can clear your doubts. Even if it is simple question, we'll go ahead. Dr. Gayatri?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can ask them to share the questions so that we will have a discussion of all the slides individually.
Yes, sir. Students, you can post your questions in the chat box, or you can even switch on your mic and ask the questions.
Nobody has any questions?
Final years?
Final years and interns are there, is it?
Only final years, sir.
Good morning, Ganesh.
Good morning, sir.
Dr. JP here.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir,
I have
thank
a
you for the
video.
wonderful lecture.
Thank you, sir. I have a video for them. Once they have some doubts, which they can ask. Later, I will play this video for them.
Okay, before students ask some questions,
Yeah.
I will ask the questions in spite of the students. Okay, can you use these files in a micromotor? Normal micromotor, other than gear reduction handpieces.
No, sir. You cannot use this file in a normal micromotor because all this file will be used in proper RPM and proper torque. The RPM is 250 to.
What is the RPM used for this file?
It is 300 RPM, 2.2 to 2.4 torque.
Okay. The torque is 2.4 to?
2.2 to 2.4.
Okay. It is under 300 to 2.2 to 2.4 torque. Okay. Can you tell about what is the RPM and torque?
See, now what is RPM is, when you see, everybody would have used this particular handpiece also, right? One particular speed it is rotating. So what it is called RPM is rotation per minute. How fast this particular endodontic motor rotates at particular 1 minute is called as RPM. Okay. Torque is, for example, when I place this rotary file inside the canal, the rotary files is a metal, right? It is going to cut this particular tooth. So it will have some torque or resistance inside the canal. So if you set at that particular torque, the file will overcome that resistance and prepare. So that is called as the torque. So when you have a specific torque designed for rotary file, it will, in that particular torque, any amount of resistance which is offered by the tooth will be taken care of by this particular file and the vendor motor. So that is called torque and rotation per minute. RPM is rotation per minute. 1 minute, how many times this particular file rotates.
Thank you, Ganesh. Another one more question. Any lubricant assisted, that is when you use any lubricant, the preparation will be good. The cutting debris will be good. Do you recommend any lubrication for this file?
Yes. Any rotary file, you will have to use a lubricant called EDTA. Okay. When you use EDTA, the resistance or the force or torsional diffraction which is inside the canal when you use the rotary file is reduced. So always you will have to use EDTA as a lubricant for any files you use inside the canal. Okay. EDTA is mandatory, which is the lubricant.
Okay. Another last question.
Yes, sir.
For when I am doing a K file thing, I use a safety margin 1 mm shorter than the root length. because
Yes.
that is over extrusion or expiration of the debris above the root canal,
Yeah.
outside the root canal.
Yes.
Do you recommend you to keep a safety margin of 1 millimeter in rotary files also?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Definitely. It is not with the rotary files. If for the hand files, it is 0.5 mm away from the canal. For the rotary files, it is 1 mm away from the canal. That is mandatory. Okay. That's when even if you keep 1 mm, there is accidental chances, or it is 50% accidental chances of you prepare till the apex. So it is always better to keep 1 mm short of the apex with rotary files, and 0.5 for your hand files.
Okay. When I am doing a rotary instrumentation in a permanent tour, I
Yes,
give
sir.
a time of 20 minutes time for in between the preparation and the obturation.
Yeah.
Do you need such a time in primary teeth when I am using, because the formation of smear layer and such amount of here, that is dentin recapitulation, all these factors are involved in permanent teeth. Such a
Yes.
time is required for primary teeth?
No, sir. It is not recommended because we are obturating with a biocompatible, antiseptic, antimicrobial material. Okay, to be very
Okay.
open. Even that material will take care of all the infection which is there inside. So there is no waiting time at all.
Okay. Thank you, Ganesh. These are the questions I asked instead of students. Students should understand what is a torque and what is the RPM,
Yes,
and
sir.
what are the safety limits should be there, and what is the best lube irrigation solution you use for primary teeth?
Sir, the best irrigant to be used is sodium hypochlorite, sir. Always.
Yeah.
But if
The
you
concentration.
our AAPD recommends 1%, but in our market 3% sodium hypochlorite is available. You can use the 3% sodium hypochlorite, but I would always prefer to use chlorhexidine also. And remember, students, final irrigant should be your saline. You use sodium hypochlorite, or you use chlorhexidine, or you use whatever EDTA. The final irrigant before you obturate is the saline. So saline is always the final irrigant. You can use 3% sodium hypochlorite or chlorhexidine.
Okay. Thank you, Ganesh. And what is the obturating material you prefer?
So we prefer Metapex only, sir, as of now. Only if it is less than 5 years, we have an option of Endofloss, because Endofloss we consider as one of the gold standard material for obturation, which is less than 5 years. Above 5 years, we go for Metapex.
Okay. Why a shorter period you prefer Endofloss, and for a longer period you prefer Metapex?
No, which means less than 5 years, the tooth is going to stay for a longer period of time. The Endofloss has the same amount of resorption capacity like your natural teeth. It has an equal rate of resorption, whereas your Metapex is resorbs faster than the normal teeth. That's the reason why we prefer Endofloss for the kids who is less than 5 years or even 6 years. More than 6 years, we use it for Metapex.
Thank you, Ganesh. These are the questions. Finally, I ask questions instead of you. Any more questions you have, just raise up questions. You have to ask questions for the speaker. Please put forth your questions.
Students, if you have a very small
Yes,
doubt
sir.
also,
Sir, good morning,
you can
sir.
ask. Yeah, good morning, please.
So, what is the maximum times that we can use the pedophiles, sir? After
Maximum-
sterilization? After sterilization, between cases,
Yeah, that's what.
how many cases can we use it?
Your third generation Kido SG Blue can be used for 12 molars. 12 molars. I repeat, 12 molars or 12 incisors. Which means 12 times you can use. You have 12 teeth, right? 12 teeth you can use.
Ganesh,
Okay,
I have
sir.
another question.
Yes, sir.
How to inspect a file before usage?
Yeah, good. That's an excellent question, sir. Sir, there are only one way you inspect this particular physical examination. If you see, you take this rotary file and see if there is any unwinding which is happening in the apical region. That is the only way you can check the rotary files. The second way is keep track of your rotary file. I've used first case, I've used second case, I've used third case, fourth, fifth, and 12th, and throw it at 12th case. It will not fracture at all. That is the simplest technique which you can use. What as an Indian scenario we use is let the file break. I will use the file till breakage. That should not be there. Okay. 12 times manufacturer's recommendation throw. See, hardly it will take 115 rupees for one patient. If you calculate your pulpectomy cost and your rotary file cost, it is hardly 115 rupees for one particular patient. So always use a limited number, because even this I cannot control with my postgraduates. They are using it for 25 times, which they tell to me also. Sir, you are the inventor of the file, but we accept we are using it for 25 times. We started putting fine also for them if they are using for more number of cases. So your scenario is you tend to overuse, avoid that usage. That is the best thing which you can have.
Okay, another question. What is the best mode of sterilization of your files?
Sir, recommendation is glass bleed sterilization, but if it is not available, your autoclave will do. Or you have this 2% Corsolec solution. You can dip that Corsolec solution in for 24 hours and you can use. That is the simplest way. The best way is glass bleed sterilization. If that is not there, autoclave is the preferred choice.
Okay. That is, my question is whether you have to use a chemical sterilization or autoclave. According to JOE, if you autoclave it, that is the what we call the workability of the file reduces.
Yes, definitely.
In normal
definitely.
profile, pro-taper and all. But if you do a chemical sterilization, there will be etching of the titanium oxide. So you are telling that is Corsolex is better. What about surgical spirit? Can be used and sterilized with the surgical spirit?
We have actually not tried the surgical what happens with this spirit if there is any changes in the particular thing, sir. But we have used in Corsolex for 12 cases. Actually, we have tested till 15 cases. The property is not changed. There is no breakage. But this one we actually we have not used and tested because we don't have data for that. We need to test whether there is any change with this particular spirit.
Okay, surgical spirit. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ganesh. Finally, if any more questions, please, I am asking for your sake, the simple questions.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Sir, in Kido file system, we've got hand files also, and it is also a single file system. So what will be the advantage of using a rotary Kido over hand Kido, sir? Because Kido hand is also a single file system. Apart from the time factor, is there any other specific advantage over using a rotary, sir?
If you are not able to buy a rotary endo machine, then Kido hand files is the choice. See, that is a simple way we launched this particular Kido hand file system, because not everybody will be afford to buy this particular endomotor, which is now costing 55,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees. So to people, especially with final year people who wanted to, or who was interested in doing pulpectomy, we wanted them to learn as soon as possible and give good quality of observation. So that's the reason why we designed a specific system for hand files. There's again a single file system, but you will have to use 15 and 20K files on a H file, which is there. If you see that particular box, you will have a 15K file and 20 H file, and then followed by D1 in your molar. So you will have to, time is there, but if you're not able to be very open, the same quality of observation with rotary file, you will get it in Kido hand files also. But if you're not affordable, then you will go back to Kido SKH.
Okay, sir. Sir, for an extremely uncooperative child, will you recommend a hand file or a rotary file, sir? Extremely uncooperative.
This is one question. Yeah, this is one question which you actually I wanted to clear.
Your number, your contact number in this webinar, so the final people can access your files easily, or the dealer number, so that they can practice pulpectomy in future. Okay.
Sure. I'll do it. Sir. Now, your question, doctor. See, to be very open, for me, I prefer rotary files for the uncooperative kids, because what happens with this rotary file when you use it, it is stuck inside the endomotor, right? There are no chances of this particular instrument slipping. Okay, when you use an uncooperative file with hand files, there are chances of slipping of this file inside the mouth. That is one problem. Second, it is very less time. You can just take it, put it inside and take it out. So that fraction of second, if the child you can manage, it is very easy to do BMP. Because see, to be very frank, and I am very happy to say that, or I am little proud to also say that, not just because I am there with Savitha Dental College, none of my postgraduate students are using hand files. They know it, their systems which is available. Everybody, my postgraduate students have completed 1016 pulpectomy procedures. All 1016s are done with rotary files. The moment you are switching into rotary files, you will not come back to hand files. Say it is uncooperative child or your general anesthesia cases, you will be 100% satisfied with the rotary files.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah, sir, I'll just play this video alone.
Okay, sir.
Just check if the videos are available. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see the video. Yeah. Final year students, you just go through what exactly is happening with this particular. See, this is the pulpectomy tooth which we are going to do. Look at the areas. Say we are giving an inferior alveolar nerve block. Okay. All the procedure we do it with rubber dam. Here, if the child is uncooperative, you are not able to do it with rubber dam isolation. At least cotton isolation you can do it. So you see this particular rubber dam placement. We use specific clamps for the primary tooth. You have 208, 213, 12A and 13A for your primary teeth. Look at this particular rubber dam placement. Okay, and we do an access opening. Look, we use a round burr. You can first use a round burr to get that initial dip inside the canal. So you can use, it is up to you. Whatever burr you are comfortable with, you can use. But I will, after you get this particular dip, if you see, suddenly there will be a dip inside. That particular dip which you see inside the canal. I use a safen burr. You see this particular burr, it is a non-cutting tip or a safen burr. What this will help is, it will allow you to prepare like this without touching the furcation region. People who are doing pulpectomy for the first time always buy this non-cutting tip so that you will not touch the floor region. It will be very easy for you to do this de-roofing with the non-cutting. You can locate the canals easily also and use a spoon excavator to remove the pulpal tissue if it is there in the coronal. And see, I'm using a 15 size K file to locate the canals, whether it is snug fit or it is tight fit or it a loose fit, which means I'm going to decide whether it is used for narrower canals or the wider canals. I take working length with apex locator. You can use it with apex locator also and take the working length. And then I usually keep 0.5 to 1 mm short. 1 mm short only I keep during preparation, because eventually you will touch the apical region. But if you see that is over or at the apex, so always have it 1 mm short of the apex or 0.5. If you're confident enough using rotary file, you can have 0.5 also. No worries. See, I'm placing the files to take radiograph. Radiograph also you can take working length. Look at that particular, see, files how I have kept for radiographic working length. Look at this files, thin files which is inside the canal. So now my working length is decided. So I am using the red color file for the narrower canals, which is mesiobuccal and mesiolingual. See, there is some coating which is inside the canal, that is the EDTA. See, I'm just putting in the file inside and taking out. That's all, your preparation. I'm cleaning the file, coating it with EDTA, again placing it inside and taking it out. Twice or thrice, if you do it inside the canals, it's more than enough. Yeah. Look at the canals, how it is prepared. That is the red color D1 file, which I'm using it for mesiobuccal and mesiolingual canals. Look how it is cleaning and taking the debris out. Check after each file, I'm irrigating it with saline. That is very important. That's when your pulpal tissue will come out, always I'm using a Metapex tip to irrigate. You can use that Metapex tip to irrigate the canals. I'm using a blue color file in the distal canal. See, I've coated with EDTA and again preparing it with the E1 files. The distal canals is also prepared. That's the way we clean the pulpal tissue outside the canal, and we immediately wipe it with the gauze so that coated again with EDTA and preparing it again till the apex or ornament short of the apex. See, again I'm irrigating the canals. Look at the canal, how clean it is. The mesiobuccal, mesiolingual and distal canal. Look how clean the canals are. I am next keeping a paper point and drying the canal, which is very, very important. I'm obturating with Metapex. Yes. That's how we obturate it with Metapex. We compress the Metapex inside using a cotton pellet. There will be some amount of Metapex which is come outside the canal. So what we do is we compress it with that's a moist cotton. We compress that particular material. Look how Metapex is flown inside the orifice. You can even take out this particular material if it is full the entire canal. If you see the radiographic picture, you can see this particular picture. See how nicely the material is flown inside with the rotary files preparation. And then we give GIC and then prepare for the crown. We proximally prepare. You could do it in one shot also, or you can use it in this cutting motion also. It's up to you. It is your own choice. One shot is always easy to break that contact. Yes. Now that's the preparation. If you see, that is the preparation of this particular crown which we have done. Once this is done, we give something called a stainless steel crown for the final preparation. So that is the radiograph with pulpectomy done on crown. You see the margins of the crown which is properly crimped at all the margins, and we give a stainless steel. So this is about the entire pulpectomy procedure. All clear? Any more doubts? It's the questions. It's open for question. You can ask me.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes, madam, please.
Would you?
Your voice is breaking.
Would you recommend Kido as file? That is,
No,
do you
just
think it's better than the regular files for highly? Hello?
Your voice is breaking.
Just yeah. Now, am I audible now?
Yeah.
My question is, do you think the KidoS files, both rotary and hand files, would be the better option for highly inflamed pulp, which is usually the case in primary teeth?
Of course, doctor, because the advantage of this particular files, it will remove the entire pulpal tissue in one chunk. Okay, irrespective of whether it is highly inflamed, if it is highly.
Hello?
லக்ஷ்மி இது அவருக்கு ஆஃப்லைன்ல போயிட்டாருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Sir, I think. Yes, sir. Right, sir. I think left side தான் நினைக்கிறேன். Right, sir.
நெட்வொர்க் கட் ஆயிடுச்சு. அவருக்கு ஒரு மெசேஜ்
yes,
டைப்
sir.
பண்ணி யூ ஆர் ஆஃப்லைன் சொல்லிட்டு திருப்பி அட்மிட் பண்ணுங்க.
சார் ஒரு நிமிஷம் கால் பண்றேன் சார், ஒரே நிமிஷம்.
Sorry, this one got cut. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah. Question is, especially for the inflamed pulpal tissue, the advantage of using this rotary file is it comes in one particular chunk. Okay. Especially when you use this Kido Esquire, right? It has a H file cross section. H files cross section. So what happens? The speciality of this H file is to remove the pulpal tissue in one chunk. So you can try this particular thing. If you are a beginner, I would advise you to go for Kido SG Blue and then go to Kido Esquire, because Kido Esquire will need some amount of experience with rotary. So Kido SG Blue will be the recommended file system.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And I have one more small question.
Yes.
You had mentioned that the reason why rotary files, usage of rotary files over hand files would be the cost effectiveness.
Yes.
Apart from that, does it require some level of expertise, that is practice, or can even the beginners directly use the rotary files and skip the hand files?
No, doctor. Every time when we use rotary advice, even in our college, okay, when you want to touch rotary instrumentation, we give 15 cases. 15 hand file cases, mandatory, they will have to show us the observation. Okay? Always basics is very, very important. All these are advanced technology. Since it is invented by me, it is marketed, it is there worldwide spread by me, I cannot go up by saying that, no, we can directly go for rotary files. Always basic hand instrumentation, they will have to get trained. Okay? Or if they are not able to do it with the patients, give them the extracted resin blocks are there, or extracted teeth are there. Ask them to try it at least once or twice, and 1 or 2 in the rotary files using in the resin block, automatically they can go back to their own patient with rotary files. But to be very honest, right, if they start using rotary files, it's very difficult to go back to hand files. It is not practically possible. For the past 10 years, no looking back for hand files.
Okay. And out of curiosity, just I would like to know, how was your experience being the inventor yourself? How was your experience, and what were the differences you found? Like, you would have used the regular nitrile files, which was made for the adults, the
Yes.
permanent teeth.
Yes.
And now after inventing this, obviously you would have shifted completely your base to this Kido as file.
Yes. Yes.
So how was your experience on
So
that?
my first experience was I was a big fan of ProTaper files. Even now, for the adult, I never use any other file system. I still, because it is marketed more, or it is put into my mind saying that ProTaper. But I was a big fan of ProTaper. I started my undergraduation and post-graduation till halfway was using this particular ProTaper adult files only. What I felt is convenience of using rotary files is drastically improved after using pediatric rotary file. Meaning only one file, okay, very short file. When I do pulpectomy for my second primary molar, when I have to reach my distal most portion, which is distobuccal canals, 100% comfortable when I use rotary file, primary teeth rotary, which is
Okay.
Okay, I was very hard to use this 21 file. Even 21 file is less a small file which is available for adult. 21, 25, and 32. But 21 file was even difficult for me to put it in. But after using this Kido files, convenience, one file, I know how to swipe it and remove the pulpal tissue. That is secondary. Third thing, it prepares the canal perfect. It definitely prepares the canal. Preparation will be the same with the ProTaper as well as Kido files. Convenience is much better.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Actually, I myself have a few more questions, but I think I'm taking a lot of time.
No. I have a lot of time, please.
I'll just complete with one question out of the lot. Since this is custom made for primary teeth, would you recommend the usage, like how previously we used to use the adult NITI files for the primary teeth as well? Just like that, can we swap roles? Kido file can be used for a shorter tooth, like a microdont or something, adult tooth, permanent tooth.
See, you can use this file without, because that experience, you will not break the files also, but none of your GP will fit into this particular file.
Okay.
Simple. See, we have an offsetting material which is flowing. It's a flowable material. But this particular file, when you prepare in adult teeth, you will not have corresponding GP. So even if you prepare for the adult tooth, with what you will restore?
Okay.
That is a big question, right? See, I have a base material. I can push it in. I prepare with 2 files, 2% taper file, 4% taper file. The material will flow. Okay, but here with this particular sequence, I need a specific GP, which is not available for this particular file, and it is irregularly taper. The problem with designing this GP itself, if you take the GP and see, there will be thin at one region, there will be thick at one region. So that is how the file is designed. So it is not possible to do a GP for this particular. So you will end up not obturating the permanent teeth if you use this particular.
Any possibilities of inventing that as well as an extension, Doctor?
For the adult,
plan for the adult as well. Like I told you, the shorter.
Yes. See, you can ask me one more question. I was actually expecting that from you. See, I told you cannot use GP. Okay, correct. But there are ways to use. I use Kido files for example, say third molar. I can still use this injectable GP.
Injectable GP, correct.
Okay, you can still use this particular file system for permanent teeth. But GP, I tried once, but it didn't work out. So I stopped doing that particular GP.
All right. Okay.
If you are really worried about when it is third molar, very short, you want to use this particular rotary file, you can use, but you will have to use this injectable material.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Anybody else? Students?
So, we have asked a lot of questions. I guess students are either they're very clear that they don't have any doubts at all.
Okay.
Usually they are like this. They are not in the class. They don't talk much.
Okay. I understand. Even I was like the same.
Students are like this everywhere. Universally, they are like this. They don't answer.
Yeah. To be very open, students don't think I was a first bench student. Okay, but I've done invention XYZ. I was from first year till final year. I was the last bench student. Okay, I am similar to you guys only. Okay, remember that. Okay.
This is a clue for all the students. This is a hint that you can also invent something revolutionary like this, definitely in future. So finally, we are assuming you don't have any questions. So we'll conclude the session, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ganesh. It was a pleasure meeting you, and it was a pleasure having you on board with us for this very informative guest lecture. Definitely, the topic which you have spoken about is the trending. I mean, it's one of the advanced technologies, and which is the future right now of pediatric endodontics. So very, very informative. We definitely, as staffs, we had a lot of questions and queries, and we clarified on that.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for accepting our invitation and enlightening us. Definitely, I can say that for sure. Our students, they would have listened, they would have taken points, but we have definitely understood a lot about this and cleared the queries as well. Thank you for being so patient.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, both Priya madam and one more. I didn't get the name of
Thank you, sir. Gayatri. Sir.
Gayatri. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
JP sir, thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. See you. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You can come to Peter department. I am in.
Final word, Ganesh. Thank you for coming and giving a wonderful lecture after a single phone call. Thank you. A wonderful lecture. So
Final years, Shriyan.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
I'll be sharing a feedback form, a Google form to your WhatsApp group now.
Okay, ma'am.
Just fill it up, and you will also receive an e-certificate for the webinar, people who have attended. Okay, just
Okay, ma'am.
fill the form and submit it. You will be having your class now, right? The next class will be starting now.
Yes, ma'am, at 10:15, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll share the link to the feedback form now to the group, WhatsApp group. Kindly all of you fill it up and submit it. Okay? Shriyan?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you.